In this video, I'm going to show you the level of detail that BirdDogBot uses when monitoring the details of the properties it finds, including the market values, rental income estimates, property listing information, and lots more. I'm also going to show you the instant pro forma pages that are created for properties you find or add yourself using BirdDogBot. Let's take a look. First, let's log into our account and go over to the My Deals page. To view a property's pro forma, simply click on the property address and you'll be taken to the pro forma page. On this page, you'll see all the information that BirdDogBot gathered for you automatically. We have pictures you can scroll through up at the top, the seller or realtor's contact info so you can contact them about getting more information about the property or putting in an offer. Scrolling down a bit, we have some details about the property listing, including a link back to the official listing page of the property, the listing status, the type of property that it is, the square footage, and the number of bedrooms and bathrooms. In the resources section, you can view a map of the area, which you can use to virtually visit the neighborhood by using Street View. Here's how that looks. Let's open up the Google Maps link. Then all we have to do is just drag the little person onto the street. And we're zoomed right in, and we can now begin to virtually visit this entire neighborhood and see what it's like. So that's pretty cool. So now let's go back to our pro forma page. Also in the resources section, there's also some direct links to pages where you can get some information for doing some due diligence if you're not already familiar with the area. Bestplaces.net is great for getting data like population growth, demographics, and all kinds of other good due diligence info. The Trulia heat maps are good for finding up-and-coming areas that are appreciating in value. I cover both of these sites in greater detail in one of our member tutorial videos, so for now, let's just move along. The next section shows you the market value and rental income estimates. You can add and modify your own estimates as well by clicking on the plus icon. Let's quickly add one right now. I'll pretend we got a realtor comp, so I'll type in realtor comp up at the top. If you had a URL for reference, you could add one here. And finally, we entered the value of the comp that we received from the realtor in this example. I'll just put in 100,000 and click Save Market Value. Now that we've done that, all the calculations on this page that you're about to see have been updated to reflect the new average market value of our property. Let's move down to the next section, which is our business plan. These expense estimates are based on your analysis settings, which I covered in a different video. You can modify your expense estimates by clicking on the pencil icon. So let's say if you visited the property and you realized that your rehab estimate was too high or too low, you can adjust that number here. And again, once you do, all the calculations will be updated to reflect these changes as well. The executive summary section summarizes all our calculations, including our total expenses, maximum purchase price, and all sorts of other things as well. Scrolling down some more, we have a suggested offer strategy you could use along with some profit and ROI numbers that you could expect if that offer was accepted. Next, we have the deal history section. In here, you'll find all the tracking information about this property. This is my personal favorite feature in all of BirdDogBot. On this deal, we can see that BirdDogBot discovered this property back on February 14th. Then on March 10th, BirdDogBot noticed that the asking price was reduced by $2,900 from $69,800 to $66,900. As you can see by these entries that were added by BirdDogBot, it not only tells you that the value has changed, but also what it was so you can see how quickly or slowly that value is changing. Also, if any information changes about the property, including pictures being added or removed, possibly the number of bedrooms or bathrooms being updated or whatever, BirdDogBot makes note of that and lets you know. Here's a couple other good examples I found in this account of some other deals. This deal was discovered back on February 19th. And on March 2nd, we see that there was about a 20% reduction in the price, dropping it from roughly $50,000 down to $39,000. Now there's one we could feast on. You think these guys are looking to move this thing quick or what? Of course they are. Let's look at another example. Oh, this is a good one. On April 23rd, BirdDogBot noticed that the listing status was changed from active to price reduced. Price reduced? Really? I don't think so. If the price was reduced, BirdDogBot would have caught that itself and made note of it for us right here in our deal history. But because there's no such entry in our deal history telling us of this price change, that leads me to believe that the person who listed this property is up to some pesky marketing tricks. That might fool everyone else, buddy, but BirdDogBot members know better. We know that the price hasn't changed. Well, at least it hasn't changed since March 29th when we first discovered it. Nice try. Anyhow, back to our regularly scheduled programming. You see, BirdDogBot keeps track of all of this information for you automatically. You don't need to do anything to keep it up to date. Just let BirdDogBot handle it all for you. By having this type of information at your fingertips, imagine the negotiating power you'd have if you saw a steady price decrease, for example. Or what if they kept removing the property listing and simply kept reposting it in a futile attempt to mislead you into thinking that it was a brand new listing? That might fool everyone else, but now you know the truth. They're having some problems selling, and you're about to take advantage of it. When armed with this type of information and this level of detail, you've obviously got some leverage when negotiating, so you should be able to get a better price. With BirdDogBot's tracking capabilities, all those sorts of pesky realtor marketing tricks are exposed. Another thing you can do in the deal history section is add your own notes, which get tied directly to this deal. You can do this by clicking on the plus icon, and in here you can make note of anything you want. So if you visited the property and you want to remind yourself of something, you can go ahead and do that right here. So for example, you could enter something like visited the property, looks good, but roof may need some work. Get some quotes for repairs. Once we have our note ready, we can just click save. And then when we go down to our deal history, we'll see our note has been added to our deal history. So that there is the deal history section. And finally, to wrap up the pro forma page at the bottom, we've got our deal sharing options, which again, we've covered in a previous video, so I won't go over that again here. And that's how BirdDogBot's hyper detailed tracking and pro forma pages look. BirdDogBot does all that tracking for you automatically, and these beautiful pro forma pages are instantly created for you anytime you add your own deal or BirdDogBot discovers one for you. Be sure to watch all our feature overview videos to see a demonstration of the full power of BirdDogBot's time-saving and profit-generating features. All accounts are created instantly, you get instant access, and you can begin finding deals in just a few moments from now. Check out BirdDogBot at birddogbot.com.